We brought you this story back in March. Members of an historically black yacht club reached out to us saying their club was at risk of being shut down because of a dredging project. But as WMAR2 News' Raven Payne reports, 2 state senators stepped in and threw this historic club a lifeline.
Pleasant Yacht Club members feared Tradepoint Atlantic's dredging project would erase decades of history here. But thanks to 2 Baltimore County senators, there's hope that this historic black yacht club is here to stay. Tradepoint Atlantic's dredging project would create thousands of jobs, but its plan would also eliminate 2 Sparrows Point yacht clubs. One of those clubs, Pleasant Yacht Club, was formed out of segregation. A group of black men forming it in 1959 after their employer Bethlehem Steel wouldn't help them like they had done with their white employees. Senator Carl Jackson only learned about this history recently when members from the club traveled to Annapolis in hopes of saving it.
The following day, I got a call from Tradepoint's lobbyists who told me they heard Tradepoint heard me loud and clear and that the Pleasant Yacht Club would stay. And from that point, we wanted to make sure that Tradepoint kept their word.
So he and Senator Charles Sidnor, who also learned about the club this year, added an amendment into the budget requiring Tradepoint to alter dredging operations to preserve the 2 clubs. And if Tradepoint can't, it has to compensate them.
For me, I didn't want to be voting on a budget that was going to be eliminating the sole black yacht club in Baltimore County.
It was very profound for me, learning that they couldn't join other boat clubs because of the color of their skin. Back in those times, I couldn't even imagine. That's a great sense of history for me, and I think that many generations could benefit from that history.
The news coming as a relief to club member LaFawn Porter.
I almost jumped to the ceiling in my home, and Senator Sidnor and Senator Jackson, I view them as superheroes.
A Tradepoint spokesperson sent me a statement saying, in part, "We are mindful of the history and legacy of the private yacht clubs and are working diligently on a promising alternative plan that will allow for the preservation of private yacht club operations at Sparrows Point." The club's last living founding member, Johnny Mathis, hopes to continue as they have for over 60 years.
Since then, we've reached out to a whole lot of senior citizens, Boy Scout from Turner Station, and they come down here and enjoy things like we did. And I'd like to see that continue.
And on October 1st, Tradepoint will have to present a report on how dredging operations have been adjusted to preserve the 2 yacht clubs or how they plan to compensate the 2 clubs if they can't find a solution. In Sparrows Point, Raven Payne, WMAR2 News.